Oh, good morning. It is cold again. And windy. Yesterday's haul of eggs going into the fridge. Girls actually laid 20 eggs yesterday, so they're definitely stepping up their game as they get more sunshine throughout the day. Today, man oh man, we got a ton of stuff to get done today. One thing that's really cool, check out this this bucket of feed here. Look at it, it's almost like the water is boiling. This is that fermentation process happening where all these nutrients are being released and made available to the birds. So before I run out and give them this big pail of grain here, I want to go check on that pile of hay that we threw out for them yesterday. So this is the stuff that was starting to decompose in the sheep pen and was really just going to waste. I'm thinking these chickens are probably going to have this thing about 50% worked over, but let's check it out. Yeah, so they went to town on this thing. They spread this whole area around with this hay. There's still a little bit of a pile there. What I'm actually going to do, there's a couple of bare spots, one over here, one over there. I'm just going to go fill those in with two more piles and then dump their feed on it and see how they spread it around. Okay, so I went over to the sheep pen. I got two more piles, wheelbarrowed them over to the chicken house. Or to the outside the chicken house there, got them dumped their feed on it, and they're all out. They were all hiding in the chicken house, of course, because it's windier than all get out today. But they're out there now. They're working away. They're spreading that stuff. They're eating on it. Funnily enough, as soon as I started digging in that pile, the sheep were like, "Ooh, there's leftovers," kind of like I do when I look in the fridge. So interesting to see if the sheep do actually start cleaning up some of that stuff as well. Now it's important to have either mulch or a cover crop, one or the other. We originally wanted to put a cover crop in here, but just, you know, it was gonna be pretty labor intensive, right? I was gonna have to plant potatoes or carrots or something tubular or root based to break up that heavy clay soil. Is gonna be a lot of work, you know, extra labor, extra time with the tiller, a lot more inputs, right? So these are things that we want to reduce. Now, why is this important? Why is it important that we either have a cover crop or we have mulch? Well, Mother Nature does not like to be exposed, right? We've seen that up here. When we built the yard site, we stripped a lot of the grass layer off. And the grass layer wasn't really that good to begin with. It was pretty sparse and thin. But anywhere we did clear, immediately the wind and the rain just started stripping, right? And we even see that now up against the house where the spring melt has come and a lot of that, you know, any topsoil that we spread has just, and it's gone, right? And it's not gone, but it's gone to a lower level, and we're gonna have to go through again, add more inputs to bring that topsoil back up later on in the year. So we can add this mulch layer. It's gonna break down, it's gonna retain moisture, it's gonna release organic material, nutrients back into that soil. It's going to seed itself, and then it's just going to be a brand new set of clothes for Mother Nature. All right, so priorities. There's a ton of yard work to get done today. As I mentioned in my video the other day, there's all these 5-10 minute jobs that come up throughout the year, and some of them get done right away and some of them get deferred, and they can take months and months and months until we get you just make the time to get it done. Well, there's a couple of those jobs today. For instance, the garden. The garden's got to get done because, you know, once May gets here and the weather's really warm and consistently warm, we're going to want to plant the garden. So we want to have that prepped. I need to work on that today. But the old blue shed at the end of the driveway that it was in yesterday's video, that's been bugging me for about 2 years. And as we've moved the yard around, you know, to try and like formulate some type of yard site design and actually have a nice looking yard, there's this giant eyesore right at the end of the driveway that's just, again, just bugging the heck out of me. So I got the skids moved over yesterday. I got the trailers all moved around, so there's a big wide open space where the shed can go. I just got to get the shed picked up, get the skids rolled under it. Hopefully the floor is in an okay shape so I can get the skids attached, and then just use the tractor and pull it into where it's got to go, and it can just stay there. And then I can get back to work on our garden. So I'll be getting to that right away here, but first, I got all these sawdust bags over here. The chicks are coming on Tuesday, so I got to get some of this sawdust over to our little chicken house, finish getting that brooder set up so that Tuesday it's just a matter of throwing them in there, turning the heat lamp on, and giving them some water, and away we go. So you can see behind me, we've got this trailer with a water tank on it where the horses are. The first year we lived up here, we didn't have a house, we didn't have a shop. We just lived in our holiday trailer out in the middle of the field. We had no water or power or anything like that. So we got this little water tank on a trailer. We go down to the dugout every couple of days, get some water, and that was our water supply. Now it's good for watering the animals. So we use it for the horses, use it for the sheep. It's pretty handy. Carmen's actually over there painting painting our garden shed blue so it matches the house and the shop and the rest of the outbuildings. If you hadn't noticed in any of our previous videos, this shed used to be white. So now it's going to be that nice blue. It's going to blend in with everything else. But yeah, if you didn't notice this before, just go look at any one of our 38 previous videos. You should probably just go back and watch them all, and you'll see this shed was pretty ratty looking, white. She scraped it all down, and now she's going to paint it blue. And later on this summer, we're actually going to work on a roofing project to replace all the worn out shingles. Alright, well, what a day we've had so far. Very busy. We got the sheds moved. We got the chicken house leveled up. We got another load of feed in here. So we got like, I don't know, 10 more round bales. So we're good till everything kind of greens up. I just got to get the bale fork off the tractor, put the grapple back on, and then get the tiller started and get over to that garden. I don't know, where it's the end of the day. I still haven't made it over to the garden yet, but I've at least got to get over there, move a bit of that manure, get the tiller in, start working some soil up. You know, at least it's something I can say, yes, I've worked on the garden today. All right, well, I haven't made it over to the garden yet. Garden's way over there. I'm only halfway to the garden. You can see there's a big pile of dirt here. This is from late in the fall when we had our first big dump of snow. Come in with the tractor, tried to plow some snow, get it out of the way. Dug the bucket in a little bit too deep and got a big shovel full of dirt and ended up pushing all the way down the yard in the middle of the lawn like a dumbass. So now I'm out here trying to shovel it up and then take it all the way back up there to where it belongs again. All right, well, I got most of it all raked up. I just brought the wagon down here. I didn't bring the quad because I didn't want to make any ruts, but I figured it was only going to be 3 or 4 shovelfuls and I'd be done. But I actually almost filled the wagon. So now I got to lug this thing all the way up the top of the hill again because I still don't want to make ruts. But I guess since I didn't use my brain, I'm going to have to use my brawn to see how this goes. Bend with your knees, not with your back. Holy Mother Mary, Jesus. Maybe if I try pushing it. Definitely not. All right, success. Wagon's empty. Onto the garden. This is what every waking moment is like on our farm. Hi, Lindy. You're okay, bud. You can see in here, I actually had to nail another board in here because every time he ran towards the corner, I was scared he was going to jump through the gap. You hide out in that bus shelter. Oh, bet you felt that one right away. Okay, so as promised, I said I was going to get out in the garden. I'm going to be out here for about an hour. You can see these manure piles along the fence. This is where I just dumped it over the fence with the tractor because this was still kind of wet and I didn't want to come in here and make a big mess. Which if I probably would have waited a couple of days, I probably could have dumped it pretty evenly throughout, but now I've got to deal with forking this all, spreading it a little bit, and then I can get in here with the cultivator and mix it all in nice and even. So this is what we're dealing with up here on the hill. There's rocks and clay, dry, parched earth. Not really good growing conditions, is it? So we're gonna add all this in and start building that soil. So this year's garden, I mean, we're really excited to have a garden, but we're not holding our breath for it by any means. Definitely gonna have to put, years and years of work into this until it's something worth, winning the county fair over. But for now, we'll get all this manure worked in and compost worked in, and we'll see what we can pull off this year. Well, I'd say for an honest day's work, that's about it. Got all this manure spread as best as I could. It's not perfect by any means, but we are going to bring the big tractor tiller in here. I didn't want to. I wanted to try and hand till this, but this soil is honestly, it's like, you stick the pitchfork in it and it's like straight concrete, right? So it's just not worth our time to try and bring in the little rototiller and try and work this out. We'd be days and days and days and we'd miss the boat completely. Again, we know we're not going to have a fantastic growing season just the way this soil is conditioned. But just follow us along on our gardening journey here. I really encourage you to do that. We're going to show you how to build the soil. We're going to show you how to keep it weed free. Maybe we'll just show you what not to do. I guess we'll see. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below, and we will see you tomorrow. All right, folks, here's a little postscript for you if you've made it this far. There's no credits here, but I did just tell you that we had the chicken house leveled. Lie detector test determined that was a lie. We got the orange chicken house straightened up to the world. I hooked the tractor to it, got it pulled straight, so it's perfectly in line with the shop. But this thing over here, still the Leaning Tower of Pisa. All right, I'm gone for real this time. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.